Why can't Tank Abbott be world champion? Why Tank Abbott should not be world champion should be like the most obvious thing of all time. Okay? You don't put the world championship on Tank Abbott for the same reason you don't put the world championship on me or your dumbass brother. You know, why you don't put it on him? Why you don't put it on your fucking dog? Why you don't put it on Vince Russo's dog? Okay? Why do you not put the world championship on Tank Abbott? Because, drumroll please, he's not over. That's it. He's not over. He's not established and he's not over. He is not established as a star in rankings for your world championship, and therefore is not over with your fans, and therefore will not draw as a champion. And absolutely no BS thing about, oh, well, he won it from Sid, so there's curiosity, so you tune in the next day. The World Championship, the entire purpose of the World Championship, the big fake belt, the entire purpose of this prop is to be a prize for the best wrestler in the world. And it draws, or at least the World Championship used to draw, you know, before Russo and McMahon, and, you know, we'll get to that. But the World Championship drew because it was this elite prize that only the best professional wrestler in the world could hold. And therefore, fluke championship title reigns, like Tommy Rich, and I don't think I need to explain the fluke win of Tommy Rich to anyone, but if I absolutely have to, I will. In the early 80s, somebody thought it would be a bright idea to let Tommy Rich, sort of kind of an up-and-coming babyface, win the world title for 3 days. And then, like, lose it right back to Ric Flair. Or was it Harley Race? It was one of those two that held it, and they dropped it to Tommy Rich, and then Tommy Rich lost it, like, 2 days later. And it did nothing for the business of the territory. In fact, it actually hurt it, and it ended up hurting Tommy Rich's career to the point that he never recovered. Tommy Rich became the fluke champion. Now, a third reason why you don't put it on Tank Abbott, and this is the reason where you don't really have to give a shit about the guy's career, but if you did, it's something to note. But putting the title on Tank Abbott as a fluke, and then like having him lose it right away to Sid when he's healthy, if that was going to be the plan, would turn Tank Abbott into a joke. Now, given Tank Abbott became a joke later on, but that's for Dancing with 3 Count and stuff. This is when Tank Abbott still could have been created as a credible character of sorts. You're going to kill Tank Abbott's business. The man is never going to be able to draw if you fluke him into the championship and then just have him get crushed by a Sid later. There are a lot of scenarios to this. Okay, you don't put the title on Tank Abbott because he's not over, because the fans aren't going to buy into it, because the fans aren't going to accept it. They're going to see him as what he is, a desperate attempt at ratings, and they're going to reject it because people are not this fucking stupid. And if you present a fluke champion whose entire purpose is to be a fluke champion, they're going to see Tank Abbott as completely fluking into this title, and they're going to expect Sid, the moment he is 100%, to crush Tank Abbott. Okay, we're not talking like, beat Tank Abbott in a competitive match. We're talking 7-second squash. We're talking Bryan Danielson getting fucked in the ass by Sheamus at fucking WrestleMania 28. 17 seconds, kick, boom. That's what they're expecting. Actually, they're expecting something shorter than that. But that's what they're expecting from Sid, the moment he's healthy, over fluke-winning Tank Abbott. And that is a reason why you don't put Tank Abbott as a world champion. You don't put it on him because he's not over, because he's not established, because the moment you put it on him, people are going to expect him to get crushed which is going to kill Tank Abbott's business. And if he doesn't get crushed, if he ends up beating Sid at 100%, it's not going to make him. It's going to make Sid look stupid. Plus, then we have to go into this fourth thing. Did Tank Abbott have the personality, the charisma, or the talent to be able to carry a world championship? In other words, was Tank Abbott The Rock? No. Because WWE made this mistake with The Rock. They basically had him take a title when he was nowhere near established or ready to do so. Now, this was the Intercontinental title. This was the first Intercontinental title run. This is what created Die, Rocky Sucks, all that stuff. Okay, this was the impetus for the original Nation of Domination heel turn. This was like pre-The Rock. Okay, this was when Rocky Maivia was a smiling fucking goofball. Alright, WWE made this mistake. They put a title on somebody who wasn't over, wasn't established, wasn't respected, and was expected to carry a ball, was expected to be considered, who fluked into a belt and was expected to carry the belt. They thought he'd be over. They thought he was ready, and he wasn't, and the fans rejected it. The only reason The Rock recovered from this is because he is The Rock. If he did not have the microphone skills, if he did not have the charisma, if he did not have at least some semblance of work rate, the ability to perform in the ring, if he was not basically a natural, made for this business, born to do this guy, and let's all say it, The Rock is probably one of the most natural prodigies to this business that has ever come about, and we may never see someone. This is a man that was basically genetically bred to be a professional wrestler. Okay, this is the closest we've come to eugenics in wrestling. Not even fucking kidding. This man did it because he was basically genetically bred to be able to do so. Tank Abbott is a charisma-less, goofball, dumbass, bar-brawling redneck with a losing record in UFC. The one reason you don't do it is just because he's not over. Like, that's your one-word response. That's your one-sentence response. And I actually came up with like 3 more reasons, but the one reason he's not over is all you need. He's not over. Duh! A 5-year-old could come up with this. Well, why don't you put the title on Tank Abbott? Because nobody's going to believe it. Because nobody's going to believe it. Because he's not over. He's not over because he's not established. So that's 2. And by doing this, you are now going to basically guarantee that he never will get over and he never will be established because he will always be seen as the fluke who beat Sid on a lucky shot. And if Sid doesn't crush Tank Abbott in the absolute first chance he gets, you've killed Tank, you've killed Sid, you've killed the World Championship, and you've killed the company. In one fell swoop.